Assalamu alaikum dear students. This is Department of English Government Postgraduate College Attak. Students, we are reading the text of the third lesson of the book Why Boys Fail in College. So far we have read the two different categories of the failing students which the writer has described. The first category of the failing students is such a boy who is suffering from nervous habits. And the second category, which we read in our previous lecture, is such a student who is forced by his parents to study some specific subjects because the parents thrust their choice upon their son and the boy has to follow their instructions. The parents make a choice of their liking for the son, and the son or the boy does not work hard, does not study very enthusiastically those subjects because he thinks that that is wrong direction, which is opposite to his interests or taste and abilities. The writer says that if such a boy fails, it is not because he is a dull student or he is unintelligent student. It is only because he cannot prepare himself mentally to do the work which is distasteful to him, and he thinks that it is leading him in the wrong direction. So the suggestion of the writer is that the students at college level should be given a chance to study the subjects of their own choice so that they could study peacefully with a peaceful mind and with interest, bringing into work all their abilities and interests. Today we are going to read the next paragraph and let's see which is the third category the writer has described in this paragraph of the failing students. Another type of boy who does not try is the very bright boy who has always done his schoolwork without effort and who has never learned what real application is. Students, remember, this is the third category which the writer describes, third type of student who fails at college level. This is another category, but sadly enough, this is a most pitiable object according to the writer, because the writer says that it is such a student who is a brilliant student, who is an intelligent student. Bright boy means very intelligent, but he does not try, means he does not work very hard, and he has always done his schoolwork without effort. It means that before coming to college, before getting admission into college, when he was at school, he has always done his schoolwork without any effort because he was intelligent, because he has a good receptive mind, and that is why he has done his school work without much hard work, because the school work is relatively quite easy as compared to the studies at college level. That is why he has done always schoolwork without much hard work, without effort, and who has never learned what real application is. Application means to make an effort to do something, to work hard. It means that being an intelligent student at school level, he had been doing his schoolwork, or he has been doing his studies without much hard work, without much effort. That is why he did not ever feel the need to work very hard or to give much time seriously to his studies. That is why he has never learned what real application is. In other words, we may say that he has never learned to sit at a desk and to study for long hours, to study and to work hard. He supposes that he can float through college with as little effort as he did through school. Suppose means he thinks it to be. He imagines that as he had been passing different classes and getting through different classes at school level without much hard work, with little effort, and he supposes and imagines that at college level as well he can pass his classes and he can float through college. Float through mean he can be successful in college with as little effort as he did through school. I sometimes think, I means the writer here is expressing his own opinion. The writer says that he sometimes thinks that the bright boy who has always depended on his ability to get things quickly is the most pitiable object among all our failing students. The writer very sadly and regretfully says that among all the failing students, because there is one or the other reason of the failure of different students, some are suffering from mental or physical health problems, and some, as we have read earlier, are suffering from nervous habits, and some students are forced by their parents to study the subjects which are against their interest and abilities, which subjects are not of their choice. That is why they are unable to work hard and to study properly, and they fail. But this type of student who is very intelligent, who is a very bright boy, he can understand all his college work or all the studies, all the homework very easily. But because he has never learned to work hard, and he has always depended on his ability, because he has the natural ability, so he always depends upon his ability to get things quickly. Get things quickly means to study all the subjects quickly in a short time. And it is a most pitiable object among all our failing students. The writer says that, regretfully says that, such a student is the most pitiable, most miserable student among all the failing students, because he has no other problem, only the attitude of mind. Because for success in life, not only ability is required, but also the hard work is very essential. So if you depend upon only one thing, if you depend upon only your mental abilities, and you do not work very hard, you cannot be successful in your life. So the writer says that such a student is the most miserable and most pitiable student among all the failing students. For it is almost a tragedy to see all of his keenness going to waste, because it is almost a tragedy. Tragedy means it is very sad or sorrowful event to see all his keenness. Keenness means interest, ambition. Means if such a student comes to college with interest and with an ambition, but if he does not work hard, it is a very sad and sorrowful event, or it is a tragedy to see all of his abilities and his intelligence going to waste, and to feel that the entire opportunity which the college has to offer is passed up because of a too receptive mind. And it is also a tragedy, or it is sorrowful event, or it is sad to see that the entire opportunity, entire mean complete, the whole opportunity mean chance which the college has offered such a student, because the students are given admission, they are given and provided with all the facilities to learn, and with the environment to learn. But if a student fails despite all these facilities and all these opportunities given by the college, all this opportunity is past mean it is missed and it is gone, because of a too receptive mind. Too receptive mean which is quick to receive, which is a sharp and intelligent mind. It is an irony here, because some of the students fail due to one or the other reasons, but such a student fails due to a too receptive mind, due to an intelligent mind. He is not a dull student, he is not unintelligent student, he can learn and understand each and everything very quickly, but the sorrowful fact is that he has never learned to work hard. So it all becomes a tragedy and sad event to see. The cure for this sort of thing is again not easy. The writer says that this sort of thing cannot be cured very easily, for it involves an entire change of attitude and the forming of a completely new set of habits. Cure means solution or treatment, involve means include, completely change of attitude. Attitude means thought or behavior. So the writer says that such a student, if such a student has to pause, it involves for him to change his attitude, to change his behavior completely, and the forming means making up of a completely new set of habits. He should give up and he should change his behavior. He should change his all habits, prevalent habits, which is the most important habit of such a boy is not taking his studies seriously and not working hard. He should change his this habits and form and make up or adopt completely new set of habits. No one can do this but the boy himself. No one else can do this because the student or such a boy should himself understand. He should give some attention towards his behavior and his attitude, and he himself should change his attitude and change his habits. All that the rest of us can do is to point out what is the matter. All the other people around him, including his parents or his elders at home or even the teachers, they can only point out what is the matter. Rest of mean other people. All the other people can only point out the problem with such a boy, but the solution, they can give him a solution or give him some useful advice, but the boy himself should change his behavior. He should change his attitude and his habits in order to be successful in life. Students, this is enough for today's lecture. We shall continue reading the text with explanation in our next lecture.